Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with another mixed mani chat. I just finished doing my toes with Viper Active and Heads or Scales, and I thought my nails need to match. So we are in for March Madness. We're already in the month of March here in 2024, and I'm going to be doing green manis for the whole month, just because St. Patrick's Day, March, beginning of spring, all that good stuff. Incorporate green. Green's one of my most favorite colors besides purple. I'm a May Taurus. Emerald is my color. So, with that said, let's get started because these are slowly drying out already. So, let's see. Where did we leave off in the life of Wendy from Cali? So, it's been a crazy week. The weather's been funky, feeling lots better than last week. Last week was kind of a huge undertaking. Feels weird that it was just last week, but a little scare, health scare for Panda Bear. And then now my Pops is not feeling his best, but not to the point where he needs to go to the ER or anything like that, but definitely scary because he's feeling weird pains, and it's sounding like a slipped disc or sciatica pain, according to one of the doctors that he has seen in the past week. So just helping him deal with that. Well, I'm not doing very much except cooking on the weekends. Panda Bear is the one that is doing all the help for my Pops. But yes. So, we came home from visiting with my sister-in-law Carla and the kids yesterday, and my Pops was complaining about pain. He said that luckily it wasn't for like the whole day while we were gone. He only started feeling the pain roughly about an hour or so before we had come home. So it was good that we ended up, heading home sooner than we normally do. But yeah, Panda Bear was up helping my Pops. And I was trying to distract myself and not think about, my dad suffering. But he could be off worse, and so just glad that he's not in a worse state. So we'll leave it at that, because I don't want to talk about depressing stuff. I want to talk about really awesome, cool stuff. This morning, first thing I did when I woke up was I started to get prep work done for making cinnamon swirl bread, because Panda Bear wanted to kind of provide some bread as a gift to the apartment manager that manages the apartments that my Pop's side of the family owns. And so got up and prepped for that. And my mom was already up, so that was cool. She was working on laundry, and the reason why we woke up early was because my mom and I had haircut appointments. So, and then Panda Bear surprised me by saying that he was gonna drive us so that we didn't have to, go to the shops alone and stuff like that after getting our haircuts. So that was nice, because I always feel much safer when I'm out with Panda Bear. So yeah. Got our haircuts. Just got a trim, really, but definitely needed it. The last time I had cut my hair was right before Thanksgiving. So I had cut out some, bangs that were, framing the face. Not, anything that was, real major, where it's you can't take it back. But, face framing things, and just showed the picture again to the hairstylist, and she did a great job. I think I look even better than last time that she cut it, if that's even possible. And my mom's haircut was super cute too. You know what? We should have taken a photo. I didn't remember to take a photo of us. But that's okay. But after getting our haircuts, then Panda Bear, my mom, and I went grocery shopping because I've been looking for pandan leaves. It is a type of leaf that's like sweet. You'll find it used in a lot of Vietnamese desserts, and yeah, I want to say mostly Vietnamese desserts. I think maybe some Thai dishes too, Malaysian dishes. I needed the pandan leaves because I wanted to make kaya spread. We've talked about going to this Singaporean restaurant, Ipoh, and I can never pronounce the second part of the name of the restaurant, but it's in Alhambra, and they have the best Hainan chicken. Yeah, the best Hainan chicken. So they also have really good kaya toast, and I wanted to learn how to make it. So that was what I wanted to do today. And in fact, today I wanted to also make meatloaf cupcakes, which I found a recipe and I thought was really cute. So basically the cake part of the cupcake would actually be meatloaf instead of cake, and then the frosting part of the cupcake would be mashed potatoes. And that was the goal for today, except that because I was already buying ingredients to make kaya spread for kaya toast, it made me think of Hainan chicken, and I was like, you know, should I also make Hainan chicken? And of course, my mom was like, yes, because she and I have the same obsession with Hainan chicken. But I have a new appreciation for Hainan chicken. Hainan chicken rice, if you've never had it, it's very simple. But the process, my goodness, it is a process. Because it comes with chicken that you basically have poached chicken that then gets thrown into an ice bath and then let to sit so that the chicken skin can firm up, and then you make Hainan chicken rice, which is rice made with the chicken broth from that chicken that you just made. And then there's 3 different sauces that go with it. So that's traditionally what the Hainan chicken dish entails. And so, me being me, Panda Bear says I'm always too ambitious. Well, he didn't say too ambitious. I added the 2. He says that I am ambitious when it comes to cooking because one of the recipes called for one of the sauces, just hot sauce, you know? Hot sauce. It's very generic. It doesn't say, you know, what kind of hot sauce. You know, you could, I guess, substitute in any hot sauce you want. But I was like, that's not good enough for me. I want, like, authentic, like, what is the chili sauce that they serve with this Hainan chicken, which I never eat because I'm not good with really spicy stuff. But I looked up a recipe and it called for bird's eye chilies, red chilies, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of ginger, salt and sugar, and a bit of the Hainan chicken broth, and optional lime. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make this chili sauce because Panda Bear loves spicy stuff, and he's the best judge for whether or not it's gonna be good. He was able to find the chilies that I needed, and we did find the pandan leaves. If you're ever looking for pandan leaves at an Asian supermarket, look in the frozen section, because that's where they're found. But yeah, so when we got home, Panda Bear still had to go out hunting for some extra ingredients, because they were ingredients that we didn't want to buy from the Asian supermarket. We wanted to get it better prices elsewhere. So he went off out in the rain to go hunt for the other ingredients, and I got started. So first thing I did was I started the process for the bread, because I had to basically punch it down, divide it into two, because it was going to make 2 loaves of bread, and roll the first layer out flat and add cinnamon sugar. So 2 parts sugar, 1 part cinnamon, and then roll it up and throw it into a loaf pan and let that sit for another hour to rise. So did that, and there were so many different things I did today. I don't even remember the exact order. All I know is my mom was so helpful. She was my sous chef. I'm not the best at cutting, so I don't do well with knives. So if I'm cutting very, like, you know, big pieces of stuff, like, you know, chopping lemons, for example, to make lemonade or whatever, that's easy. But when it comes to chopping finely, carrots, onions, ginger, all that stuff, not the best at it. So my mom, to the rescue, she said she would help, and so she and I got busy in the kitchen. Like, and our kitchen is small. It's one of the worst kitchens, but we make it work. We sure make it work. And there was a lot of dancing happening in the kitchen to kind of, oh, my poor owl. I don't know if you guys noticed, but little Panda here got a friend. That one I actually got in a stocking stuffer years ago, and it was sitting in my office collecting dust. And when I got this one I didn't explain, but I got it from Temu, and the instructions that were included with it were not the instructions for it. Like, the pieces were the right pieces for what I had ordered, but the instructions definitely were not for that specific panda. So luckily I found a YouTube video where this kid was putting this together, and I hit pause every single time the instructions were shown on the screen. So thank you to whoever that kid is that posted that. I was actually able to put it together because of that video. So, but anyways, back to my day today. Lots of cooking was done. My hands are still burning. So apparently, when you are handling really spicy chilies, you're supposed to wear gloves. So now I have jalapeno hands. What a term. They're burning from the chili oils. So yeah, not fun at all. But the things we do for love. Panda Bear actually said that the chili sauce tasted even better than Ipo's chili sauce, which I'm like super happy that it ended up coming out tasting really good, considering that it asked for us to use something to like pummel like the chilies manually, and I didn't have that tool. So I had to get creative with what I did have in the kitchen, and I was still able to get it like minced down to the point where it was edible enough and the texture wasn't like funky, and Panda Bear really liked it, so that's all that matters. And then what was even better, because like I said, Hainan chicken, although it's a simple dish, very involved steps to make it. But you know, the recipe that I followed by Amy and Jackie, because Amy and Jackie are just like one of the best websites to have for like Instant Pot stuff. You're able to make the Hainan chicken and the Hainan chicken rice using the Instant Pot, and it's so quick and easy. That's not the involved part. The involved part is making the sauces, and so that took a bit, because it's like having all the right ingredients all measured out and chopped up, and following the instructions to just handle and take care of making the sauces. And then you got to have it all done together, because you got to serve it as one dish, right? And so I had pretty much everything done except for the chilies. The chilies, I was still trying to figure out how in the world am I going to pummel these chilies without the right tool? And I was able to do it. So we ended up having that for dinner instead of having the meatloaf cupcakes, which my mom did help me chop a bunch of the vegetables I needed for that. So we saved it in the fridge for tomorrow. So that is what I'll be cooking after work tomorrow when I get home. Luckily, it's going to be pretty easy to make, and hopefully it turns out well, and I'll take pictures and I'll post it in my Facebook group. I don't know if I'll actually post it in my Nailfee group though. I might just post it in my Facebook. But we'll see. But it just looks so fun. Like meatloaf cupcakes. What an innovative idea to be able to eat meatloaf and mashed potatoes all in one bite. So I'm excited, hoping that they turn out as good as they sound like they would taste. But yeah, Friday was a nice surprise at work, because for those that don't know, it was Employee Appreciation Day, and my workplace actually bought some Jersey Mike's for lunch, and Jersey Mike's sandwiches, that is. If you don't know what Jersey Mike's is, they're like sub sandwiches, and crumble cookies. So haven't really been too into crumble lately, although I do love indulging in watching Crumble Cookie Monday videos on YouTube, just because it's fun, and there's some really entertaining personalities that do Crumble Cookie Mondays videos, reviews, and stuff like that, and so I still love watching that. But I got to try the lineup for the crumble cookies last week, and surprisingly, they were all too sweet. Like almost all of them were too sweet for my taste, which means that I'm finally like realizing that if I want something sweet, I ought to make it myself, because there's nothing like being able to control what you put into what you're eating and what you put into your body. Speaking of which, on Saturday when we had visited with Carla and the kiddos, the girls and I, my nieces and I, redid the organization of their clothes. So I brought over some hangers. So when I was doing the whole Marie Kondo to my house, well, my closet, really, found a whole bunch of hangers that weren't in use. And so it was perfect because there's room in the closet in the girls' room. and there was a bunch of clothes that we still hadn't, made homes for. So the girls and I, while Panda and his sister were out, had reorganized their clothes. And we had a lot of fun making it into a game. We turned on some music. We were throwing clothes around before folding them and putting them away, or hanging them up on the hangers to put them in the closet. The girls just had a lot of fun doing that. And then Panda Bear came home, and I was really craving croissant sandwiches, like croissant breakfast sandwiches with like the ham, egg, and cheese. And so Panda Bear went hunting, brought home the provisions, and I made all of us some croissant breakfast sandwiches. And then after that, did the girls' nails. I didn't take pictures though because I forgot, totally forgot. But the girls had been asking if I could bring the little hole punches, the craft punches, to work on their nails. And all my leftovers, strips, to let them pick and choose what they wanted for their manis. And so that's what I did. And we had an awesome time doing nails. And then for some reason, the girls wanted to clean the bathroom. I don't know. I didn't even take a look at what the bathroom looked like. All I know was supposedly the bathtub was like a disaster area. And so Panda Bear was in charge of working with the girls to clean the bathroom. And so that allowed for some quality sister bonding time with my sister-in-law, Carla. And we were able to sit and chit-chat and relax for a bit. But yeah. Oh, my sister-in-law, Carla, makes the best beans ever. So that's what we had for dinner. We had beans, chorizo and eggs, and rice. So yeah, really nice time. What else did we do before I left? Before Panda Bear and I left, the girls have been punished for not doing, they were not behaving during the week, being difficult. And Carla's had a hard time getting them ready for school, but she's great at making sure they show up to classes on time, but it's a struggle for her because the girls are not helping in the morning. And so Uncle took away the cord to the TV, so they were not allowed to watch any TV for the week. And so on Saturday, Panda Bear rehooked up the TV, and while they were cleaning the bathroom, I decided I wanted to watch from the beginning, Once Upon a Time. I don't know if those of you who are watching, have seen that series, but right now the whole series is on Disney Plus, so if you want to stream it, you can. And I decided I wanted to watch it, and when the girls were done helping Uncle with cleaning the bathroom, they also kind of got into watching Once Upon a Time with me, so that was really cool. But the girls were really well behaved on Saturday, so the cord to the TV was left intact, and so that they're able to watch TV up until, another bad report is given. Then, of course, TV will be revoked. But yeah, the girls and I, towards the end of the night, made lemonade because they kept saying that they wanted me to make lemonade, even though they weren't fully done with the last ones yet, the last lemonade that I had made them, but they were pretty close to being done. So the girls wanted to participate in helping make lemonade, so the three of us made lemonade. And then we continued watching a little bit more of Once Upon a Time, but then the girls were falling asleep because it was getting late. So, with that said, what happened? The girls and I took them to bed and started playing them a bedtime story. And I chose Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So it only took 2 chapters of the book and they were fast asleep. But it was nice for me to hear the story because I haven't read that story since grade school. And it's one of my favorites. Especially with the new Willy Wonka movie that Panda Bear and I had watched. When was that? It wasn't that long ago. But yeah, it's just nice. And then we got home, so Panda Bear was dealing with my dad and the pain he was feeling. I was trying to not think about things, so I started binge watching Love is Blind season 6. What a train wreck. That show, Panda Bear asked me today, how do you watch this? And I'm like, I don't know. But I can't stop watching it because it's like, there's just something about it, that train wreck that you can't tear your eyes away from. I don't know why, but I like watching it. So yeah, I am at the part of the season where they're all, you know, in the honeymoon phase, as they call it. So, you know, the ones that proposed and were proposed to, they go on vacation together. And that's the episode I'm on right now. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but just saying where I'm at. But that is my current entertainment that I'm watching on TV. Any of you all that are watching this video fans of Love is Blind? Yeah. I don't know why. I just love watching that. That and Selling Sunset, I love watching. And then, of course, Bridgerton is going to be back, I think, in May. So I'm excited for that. Ooh, and the latest Trolls movie, Band Together, is going to be streaming, I think, for free on Peacock starting March 15th. So I cannot wait till that happens and we can watch that with Carla and the kids, because that one was really excited because NSYNC got back together to do a song. Thought that it meant that they were going to really get back together and, you know, go on tour. But no, it's just Justin going on tour by himself. I don't care to see that. I mean, Justin's great and all, but I don't care to see him by himself. Plus, concert tickets are extremely expensive now. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but it's kind of like sort of out of reach as far as pricing goes. But yeah, that's where we're at. So this is Viper Active, the first layer of my Mixed Mani. It's really cool because it's a dual chrome, so depending on how the light hits, it looks a little different. And then I'm going to put heads or scales on top, because I typically like to have 2 layers for my Color Street manis. They seem to last longer. 2 is the sweet spot. Anything more than 2 and things get messed up real quick for me. So yeah. But I really wanted to do green this month. And I've been wanting to do this look for a long time when I bought the sets, but just didn't have an occasion for it. And I just finished listening to The Hunger Games, the something of Songbirds and Snakes. Now I can't even remember the whole name of the title of the book, but it made me think of snakes, and because I wanted to use Viperactive and heads or scales, I think it's fitting. What am I currently listening to now or reading now? Well, I am on I think it's the last book, by Kevin Kwan, from the Crazy Rich Asians. I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 books. So I'm on the last book. I think it's called Rich People Problems. But yeah, getting through that book, and then what other books are on my list? I have Coraline by Neil Gaiman, and then of course Ronald Dahl, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is on my library list for the kiddos. Another one that I want to share with the kiddos is James and the Giant Peach. That was also one of my favorite ones when I was growing up. I think these are the ones I want to use, and then these are my leftovers, in case the girls want to use them later. I tried a new class at Get Fit Factory this week. So I went to 3 different classes this week. I did cardio kickboxing, which is my normal for Tuesdays. And it was nice to get back to working out because last week was too crazy. So didn't get a chance to really work out. So Tuesday, cardio kickboxing. Thursday was my groove hip hop class with Susan. And then Friday, I took a new class, which was with Cynthia, which was Zumba. Did I already say it was Zumba? But yeah, there was a Lunar New Year festival. It was a Lunar New Year gathering. It wasn't a festival. It was just a gathering on Monday, February 19th at the Get Fit Factory. And I got to experience some of the other classes and the other instructors and their style of Zumba. And I really liked Cynthia's a lot. So I told myself that I was going to figure out a way to get motivated to work out on a Friday night at 6:30. And I did. I actually went, and it was pretty awesome, actually. Because it's the class on a Friday night and there's no other class after them, they went beyond the 1 hour, and Panda Bear drives me to my classes, and I just don't want to make him wait longer than an hour. So if any of the classes surpass the hour, I just tell the instructors I gotta go. But I'm pretty sure that the instructor, Cynthia, thought I was like dying from her class, because I was in the front of the class and it was my first time there. So, she knew that it was my first time there, and she acknowledged that. And she was very accommodating, trying to ask if I was okay. Because I kept needing to drink water, and I do that a lot with all my classes. Like, I want to make sure I stay hydrated. And yeah, I'm not the smallest gal. I'm pretty big. But with that said, I can move. I can dance. Even if it may not look like it, I can dance. And so I kept up with the whole class, but I did have to bow out because they kept going. It was already like past like 7:30, and I really needed to head home. So yeah. Really like that class. That might be one of my most favorite classes that I've taken by far in a while. So I will be going back. So yes. What else? What else has happened? I'm just like trying to remember all that's happened in the past week, but also trying to be cognizant of time, because it's getting late and I want to go back to finish watching a couple more episodes of Love is Blind before knocking out. So yeah. But yeah. I think that's pretty much sums up the week, really. Besides work, and who wants to hear about work? Nobody does. Yeah. The weather here in California has been a little bit funky, with weird rain, which makes doing laundry really hard to do. But yeah. Oh. I saw, for those that don't follow Color Street and what they're up to, so Color Street got into makeup, and that was the whole reason why my sister-in-law Carla actually became a Color Street stylist, because she's a fan of makeup, and you know, an extra source of income doesn't hurt. And I am her number one customer, because I'm pretty much the one buying from her. Here and there's other sales, but it's mostly me. But I found out that Color Street's coming out with gel eyeliners. And I'm super excited because I need new eyeliners. The eyeliners that I buy, the ones I usually use are felt tip eyeliners from Stila. And the quality of them has just gone downhill. And I don't know what it is, but I need a new eyeliner. And then I tried Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeliners, and theirs weren't that great either. So I'm having high hopes that Color Street will do a good job when they release their gel eyeliners. I really do want, there is a blue one, and I don't remember what the color was called. Panda and Owl are like, it's time for bed, good night. But there's a blue one that I really want to get. And of course, black is always a nice color to have as far as eyeliner goes. And then purple and olive. So, not really caring for the brown or the bronze. But I'm still waiting for Fa Park, founder of Color Street, to come out with skincare. Come on. Come out with that skincare. I know you want to. But yeah. And then the strips that have come out lately, I don't know if it's just me, but I haven't been wowed by them recently. So I haven't really purchased many. I mean, I already have a ton of sets. So why do I need to buy more sets? I don't. Not at all. Oh, I didn't make this nail stick. Okay. Good thing I saw that before I did this last one here. And then my thumbs. But, I have enough sets. So it's not really making me sad that Color Street hasn't come out with stuff that I, want. But I've also been kind of, like, wanting to take a weekend to kind of recategorize my old nail polishes and see if any of them are still good. Because nail polishes do have a expiration date on them, but for the most part, you can still use them. You can use nail polish thinner to kind of thin it out if it separates. But if it separates to the point where you can't revive it, that's when it's like you gotta throw it out. But most of my nail polishes are from over a decade ago, so not quite sure if they're going to be viable or not. They were moved from when I used to live in Playa del Rey with my sister and her now husband. They were moved from there to my current location, and most of them have been sitting in one of those plastic bins, waiting for me to unpack them, and haven't had room or the desire to unpack them until most recently, when I've kind of gotten back into using nail polish and Color Street. And now I'm like, what colors did I own? Because I know I owned enough where it was like I probably could have opened up my own nail salon. I had so many bottles of nail polishes in all different colors because I wanted to have the option to do my nails any color I wanted when the mood struck me. And so I need to take some time to organize them and see what's still good before I go and buy new polishes, because I just have a feeling that if I didn't do that, I will end up buying stuff that I might already own, similar ones that will do the same job. And it's like, not looking to spend all that money, especially when we've got a vacation coming up. So gotta save my money for vacation. I'm looking forward to seeing my other nieces and nephews, because especially Calvin and Lorelai, they live in Utah, so I don't get to see them that often. Last time I saw them was in August, and that was when my dad started dealing with all of his health issues. And so it's crazy the amount of time that has passed already. And I've seen pictures. My sister Michelle and my brother-in-law Andy have posted pictures of their kids on Facebook and stuff like that. And so I've seen, you know, pictures and stuff, but it's not the same, because we were out there babysitting for them in August for over a week, and it was really nice. I had an amazing time doing that, and I missed them a whole lot. Hopefully Lorelai will let me do her nails while we're on vacation. We're not really going to be in a place where it's necessary to do nails, because we'll be doing a lot of outdoorsy stuff. But still, like, you know, us girls want to look pretty. Who doesn't want pretty nails? I'm just happy that my sister Michelle allows me to do her nails, do Lorelai's nails, because it's a whole lot of fun. And I have that fun too with my nieces, Carla's daughters, Amaryllis and Amelie. But there's something about Lorelai that's just, she is the littlest, cutest little lady, and very well behaved when I'm doing her nails. So I love it. Here's the finished look with Viper Active and Heads or Scales. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have watched the whole thing, kudos to you. If you already are a subscriber, thanks for following, and thanks for continuing to enjoy my content. If you are new to this channel and you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe and share. And with that said, if you watched this far, the emoji of these is a snake. Ooh, snake. Snake. Yep. You can leave a snake emoji comment. And yeah. Otherwise, I will see y'all next time. Peace.